You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
Mark, a man you be, I've been a woman you be, whatever you is. Appreciate that, man. I know they follow him, so let me look for him as Kenneth Okonkwo. Yeah, well, anyway, welcome. There is a breaking news. Fresh charges against Farotimi. Yeah, this is not what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I wanted to talk about Farotimi from what a different angle. I mean, the guy is pretty much the man is on top of his game right now in terms of as an author. So his book is being read globally, simultaneously at the time. So congratulations to him. But as I make I clock in, now I see the breaking news that 12 fresh charges has been filed against him, and I think the intention is to keep him there as long as they could, according to his lawyer. So now there we go. But Mark, I'm looking for Kenneth tweet because as I said, I know they follow him, so I will. Before we go there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again, and it's police CBC. We are where we is.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet, 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying calm down, do you know where River State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election, and if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh yes, and thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No. He was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit or power to defend the votes in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody because I'm still a member of Labour Party. And you can see I'm still fighting that Labour Party should be consolidated because Nigerians are looking for an alternative to these people. That if you want to fight these people who are compulsive thieves and who are the worst amongst us, leading us, according to Senator Ndume, who is part of them, then you have to grow higher and be more aggressive than calm down. That's what I said, and I stand by it. In all honesty, I would have said we don't. But because I'm a student of theology, I would not say so. Because when Elijah thought he was the only person that was worshiping God, God said, no, you're not the only person. There are more than 7,000 persons like you still in that country that have not done anything evil. I know them. So the only thing we have to do in this country, we must not be sentimentally attached to anybody, any politician. We must not be loyal to political parties or politicians. We have to be loyal to the country and to the law. And if any law is unjust, we have to fight the law. If anybody is doing anything illegal, no matter who the person is, we have to fight the person. So in Nigeria, we must create the environment so that those 7,000 that we do not know who are leaders will be able to begin to emerge. If the good ones keep quiet, they will never emerge. When people say people are selling their votes, you know why they are selling their votes? Because they believe that even if they vote their conscience, it will not count. Not because they want to be corrupt. They saw what happened in 2023. I was an active participant in that election of 2023. They did not sell their votes. But after, it did not count. So they'll be like, why would I go and say I'm voting for my conscience when it will not count? If I'm going to take this money, at least it will be what I gain. So if we don't fight, we are...
Welcome. Mark, I hear you too. I don't know. I know they follow Kenneth Okonkwo, so I don't know how this. I can't seem to find his tweet. So I don't know if you can. If you give me the guy, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's using a different name, but I try. I couldn't find it. But please, as you come in, like, share, and subscribe so that we can all move to the permanent side together. Yes, breaking news is coming out fresh about a couple of hours ago against Dele Farotimi. As Mark rightly said, this Dele case is going left. The police had filed case on Ekiti State High Court. So two different case, magistrate court and so yeah, but let's get into that. It's interesting that what the police the police charges are because as in I don't think I the way this thing is going, I don't think it's going to end with just Dele I will not be surprised as soon as Dele case they round up or they slow down, similar charges will be filed again. Will file against so many people, home and abroad. Now I'll tell you why I said that. Right, the Nigerian police have filed 12 charges, 12 fresh charges against human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi at the Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti. Ekiti State over allegation of cyber crime. These new charges came after Farotimi was initially arraigned on 16 counts related to alleged cyber crime. The fresh charge were filed on Friday, and some of the counts include one, transmitting false information during an online interview on August 28, 2024, claiming that Afe Babalola has corrupted the judiciary. Now, this is where this is why I say it's not go end with just Dele Farotimi. Because what these people are saying, they are literally going against free speech. Literally, you cannot say like whatever. I can't believe this. But let me continue first. Now, the second count is intentionally transmitting communication with the intention of bullying and harassing Afe Babalola. Count three, revealing details of legal proceedings against him during a press conference held on December 2nd. Remember the interview when he do the press conference when he do before they carry out. Now, Dele Farotimi's legal team has condoned the charges, arguing that they infringe on his constitutional right to free speech and fair hearing. The police filed this fresh charge to frustrate Farotimi bail's application and keep him in remand. Now, this if you go to Sahara Reporters, I think now Sahara Reporters broke the news first, if I'm not mistaken. So now, if you go Sahara Reporters will make you understand that now the interview where he do with Sheung, with Sheung and Mike on Mike podcast. I be what's that Sheung channels or Sheung channels. I be Sheung Okimbaloe, right? That's his name. So his own personal podcast. That was the interview that police actually, you know, bringing out these charges from. But they were able to tie the charges with whatever a law that was enacted 2015, cybercrime law. But let's see let's read it and see if you think this is not crazy. There's more to this. And as I said, it's not just going to end up with Delay. After Delay, they will come after a lot of people by with the way the thing they go. If we allow it with the case go their way, trying his name, Kenneth Okonkwo on your web. I don't do okay, read Kenneth Okonkwo. Okay, I'll do that. But let's do this first. It's this is from Sahara Reporters. Federal Policy and Legal Advocacy Center demand Nigerian policy immediately withdrawal of charges. Right, the Police and Legal Advocacy Center, a civil rights organization, on Friday blasted the Nigerian police force over the detention and human rights activities. Blah, 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 blah. No, no, that's not. This is not the one. Good. One on the rest. Myself. This is not what I wanted to talk about, but as I won't clock in, anything pop up, I say, well, I think this is more current than anything I will ever had in mind to talk about. So Nigerian police filed fresh charge against Dele Farotimi at the Federal High Court to prevent his bail. This is on Sahara Reporters. A couple of hours ago, the police filed 12 fresh charges, church count against Farotimi. The Nigerian police before the Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti over allegation of cybercrime. The State Police Command made a file on Friday in a plot to frustrate the human rights lawyer bail application and keep him remanded. Farotimi, known for his advocacy for justice and good governance, had appeared before the court on Wednesday following charges brought against him by Afe Babalola son under the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2015. The police filed 12 fresh counts charged against Farotimi, according to court documents seen by Sahara reporter. Some of the counts read that you Dele Farotimi on the 28th of August 2024 knowingly and intentionally transmitted communication in an online interview on Mike on podcast by Sheun Okimbaloye on YouTube channels. They actually put the link. In respect of a book authored and published by you titled Nigerian and its Criminal Justice System, wherein you stated in interview that Afe Babalola corrupted the judicial system, which you know to be false information, for the purpose of causing breakdown of law and order, thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 24 1B of Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention Act of 2015, as remanded. That's count one. So, so the man now is saying that whatever Dele Farotimi is alluding to or stated in this book is false. Now, it's not the fact that where this is coming from, the fact, well, they say now 12 charges, make I no go jump into conclusion. But the fact that they have not actually say, okay, they've not even cited the book yet, if I'm not mistaken, or where you can say referring to the book is equally citation. But maybe because I've not read the book. Those who have read it, please come forward. Who gonna tell us specifically how he worded his maybe now what's gonna make me go buy the book now with this. To see actually what he said, right? That nobody is quoting, but instead is indicting him via what he said on podcast. Now, what did that one tell you? They are putting podcasters on notice. They are putting YouTubers on notice. They are putting, I mean, those of television themselves, they don't get choice before. So, in other words, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. But let me continue. Count two, that you, Dele Farotimi, on 28th August 2024, the same interview, knowingly and intentionally transmitted communication in an online interview, MC on podcast by Shehu Kimbaloye on YouTube channel. You see that shit? Now, in respect of a book author and published by you, okay, titled Nigerian and its Criminal Justice System, wherein you stated in interview that Afe Babalola corrupted the judiciary with the intention of bullying and harassing the named person, thereby committed an offense contrary to the punishable under Section 24A of Cybercrime Prohibition and Prevention Act 2025 as amended. Count three, that you, Dele Farotimi, on 2nd of December, intentionally sent a message in the course of a press conference held online on your YouTube channel, where you stated that it came to my knowledge that there is a charge preferred before a court in Ekiti State against me at the instance of Chief Afe Babalola. The Nigerian police has arraigned Farotimi before an Ekiti High Court over allegation of cybercrime. Sahara saw 16 charges filed by the police. So Now, I think if you, um, there is a bet, let me see, there is another publication that actually explained that last charge. You go laugh. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just a double barrel. This is not just against Dele Farotimi. This is it. This is a shot. This is a warning against every platform, Nigerian platform, be it podcast, be it radio, be it whatever it is, that anybody cannot just be free to express ourselves again. Now, the fact that yes, they are not indicting the platform or the host of the platform or the owner of the platform, the moderator of the platform, or whoever is either on the platform with him, is should not be taken out of context in this one, because they are coming for that too, right? If they no, especially if they no succeed, if they no succeed, whatever their game is, whatever their plan is, either to keep you for as long as they want, either to actually sell money to every other uh, uh, person that is coming to express herself regarding any issue, to mind how he or she should speak, or now the platform directly they want to get at. It's not clear yet, because you pay attention to what is happening in Brazil, what is happening in Australia regarding platform, especially X, Telegraph. If you pay attention to what is happening to them, currently as we speak, because of the exchange of power in Washington D.C., also EU are also pushing to actually consider their laws against platform. Because they always talking for here. If you want to go by the principles of Adam Smith in Wealth of Nation, where he pretty much alluded that the masters of mankind, where they say masters of mankind, what they actually mean by masters of mankind are those that are in charge of what factors of production. Those who produce what make this world goes down are actually regarded as masters of mankind. And today, if you pay attention very well, you will see those group of masters of mankind are coming in form of what cloud allies, people who control big platform, who control big data, big languages, as you want to call it, right? The YouTube, the Google, like by YouTube, the Facebook, the Tesla, the you name it, right? So for reason I don't know, nonsense, but for the fact that there's a new sheriff in town, those guys are wanted to actually they are tightening their laws against all these platforms. It's a big case going against X and Telegraph in Brazil and in Australia. So these people are taking baby steps. If there's one thing so far, I want to say, okay, Bola Tinubu is doing is you understand what can actually cause uproar, what can actually rattle everybody up in the country, and he decided to take a baby step approach, right? He go, okay, where are the possible where problem will first come? Let me take care of that. Anything money can do, more money can do it, right? However, that's what I understand. That's the issue of this tax bill, right? The guy went ahead and actually sensitized power that the people, the power that be, right? Everybody that raises ugly heads, whether in the name of protest for hunger, in the name of Royal Father Association, in the name of whatever, everybody just said to everybody. They actually shutting the youth up to by telling them there's going to be a youth conference for about 3 months. We are still waiting on that. Maybe that will come the months or maybe 1 year to election, just to get it. But what I'm trying to say is the guy know how to actually get things done in a way that it will cause minimal, you know, restriction or cause any, I mean, whatever how drastic that policy is, he knows how his friends, the political opponents, can take advantage of some issue and go to the people. So you take baby step and eventually have his way. So the issue of I know before he finishes that is if he come back second, if you know do it, I mean it will be very risky for him to actually do it. Now, what I mean, do it. Go against platform. If you remember, Buhari tried with Twitter. It didn't really turn out well, right? They put it under the radar. That is still coming. They will still go hard on platform. And as far as I'm concerned, this is just a step because if they are not even going, I mean, this man don't dey talk for how many years? He don't. If this book has been written for how many months, right? How come they wait to use current interviews, right? There are so many ways. This, I mean, this man they vocal every fucking day. I mean, if you can try to find a video of him, every new video every day online for the past maybe 4 or 5 years. Either he's tweeting or he's on Facebook or he's on YouTube. So, and I don't think there's anything that he has said this month or last month that is new that he has not said over the years. So the fact that they can pick out a podcast, right, and then tally with a YouTube is something we should all pay attention to. This as far as I'm concerned, this is becoming it's not just Dele Farotimi is just somebody is big enough to bring attention to send signal to everybody that say come on. Jekori Ekwe, who do anyhow, go see anyhow. I could be wrong, but this is where I see this nonsense is going. I think let me see. So there's Rachel Okporu Fadoju. I don't know. Rachel Akporu Fadeju actually I don't know the publication when whether he or she they write for, but she break it a little bit more down for a layman like us to understand about the charges against Dele Farotimi. So I said the Nigerian police have filed 12 fresh charges against human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi before the federal High court in Ado-Ekiti over allegation of cybercrime. It will be recalled that Farotimi was arrested in Lagos on Tuesday and transmitted to Ado-Ekiti. The activist appeared before the court on Wednesday following charges brought against him by senior advocates of Nigeria, Afe Babalola, under the Cybercrime Prohibition Act of 2015. That the police filed fresh charges on Friday to frustrate the Farotimi bail application and keep him remanded. That is coming from the lawyer. According to Sahara Reporter, some of the fresh counts read that you Dele Farotimi on August 24th knowingly and intentionally transmitted communication on an online interview, mic on podcast by Shehu Akumbaloye on your YouTube channel. I wonder why they pick Shehu. Well, I mean, it's not the biggest podcast. Yeah, I mean, I think the Honey Bunch, whatever they call those guys, that's a little bit bigger than them. And yeah, and he has been there. So are they trying to also send a signal to his other platform, with the channel platform? Anyway, in respect of a book authored and published by you titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, where you stated in the interview that Afe Babalola corrupted the judiciary, which you know that the first accusation. Okay. So the count three that you Dele Farotimi on 28th August, no, no, that I think is count three that you Dele Farotimi on 2nd of December in 2014. Today not six now. Yeah. So and it was picked up 3 days ago. So this was the eve of his arrest. Intentionally sent a message in the course of a press conference held online on YouTube channel where you stated that it came to my knowledge that there is a charge preferred before a court in Ekiti State against me at the instance of Chief Afe Babalola. So lawyers in the house, is that a crime? You are not supposed to reveal to the public that there is a case before you. I mean, I name the person. So who is next? That should be the question, because I'm sure a lot of people are saying a lot of things that is more nerve-wracking than what he has said over the years. And this is now 2015, so it's been what, 9 years. So what's why now? Why now? The time is Brewer, Abi, how things. So I mean, Mona like, share, and subscribe. This should call for concern, not necessarily because it's Dele Farotimi, but as I said, he is big enough to bring the world attention. But how many people are they going to go after with this kind of law? So that means now, if they win this case, maybe I could be wrong. If they win this case, right? Let's say the charges went their way, whatever they decide the punishment is. Let's say the charge went their way. What happened to anybody that quotes that section of the book? People like us, we like to quote book and people. So now is that same law going to apply to us, you, anybody out there? Because it's a book, it's a source, it's a reference. Are they not discreet? Now, if he lost the case, is the book going to be withdrawn? Is the book still going to be credible? I mean, the little to me is not write that book as a journalist or as an outsider looking. It's it's part and parcel of the legal system. So it's credible enough for whatever that he's talking about in that legal frame. So if he lost the case, does that mean the book is now illegal to be quoted? If you quote that, especially that section of the book, to narrate your story, to tell whatever, does the law apply to you too? Because that's where we are right now. If these people go, if actually they win with this, am I over? Are they overthink am? Go ahead, they back and up with constitutional law, so with everything. They are up to something. They want to shut the guy up by inspection. Anyone that is intending or is already on that path should watch out. Or it's a message to the platforms. Let's see, blast the blast the blast the share one or couple of
Like
listen
in
to
all
this.
the nations of the world, the powerful political elites will determine who governs us. Like a proverbial knees on our necks, this nation is choking. We can no longer breathe. There is a shortage of air. We need to allow this nation thrive. I'm pleading with you tonight on behalf of millions of our people, more than 10 million of their children who are out of school, and more than half of the population who are in abject poverty. This nation cannot be taken as a private enterprise anymore. You, the ordinary Nigerian, can no longer keep quiet. The nation belongs to all of us. And this time around again, no sitting on the fence. We must speak up to rescue this nation. The continent of Africa is waiting for its giant to rise up and flourish. That is why 2023 election is a make or mar. Look, this nation cannot make a mistake with the choice of its next leader. It is a must we get it right. If you employ the best hands to run your private companies, we should have the best of us run the affairs of this nation. We must get leadership right, not only at the center, but across the states. knowledge, crisis management skills, character and integrity, vision and courage to make tough decisions, effective communication skills, ability to unite the nation. Leaders who cannot show these traits cannot be hired. Enough is enough. Nigeria, arise, vote and vote right, and your time is now.
The book is spreading like wildfire. Yeah, and I was think I want to talk about with that. How you went from a mad person to a world sought after author, then boom, and this fresh charges hits the screen. I was like, okay, I think this will only put more fire, more anger people more to go for the books and all that kind of stuff. But now, if if he lose the case, what happened to the book? Because now if you lose the case, not just that the book will be withdrawn, the all the interview, all the interview. I don't know. I mean maybe I'm just being paranoid about this kind of freaking way to shut people up, to control how people talk and all that kind of stuff. That's why I'm saying this. So if we lose the case, so good day, I greet you. If you lose the case, what happened to the book? Is now not less credible? Is it going to be withdrawn? Is it going to be legal or illegal to quote the book or that section of the book? What happened to all the interview he has conducted regarding the book? I mean, there's so much to this. If as I said, maybe not me the I the over reason now, but that's what I'm getting from this. If you are actually indicting him based on book that he wrote, and it's already, I mean, as Mark put it out there, is going out of control. It's being read worldwide as we speak. So quotations are going to be made from that book. TikToks are going to be made out of that book. Content from YouTube, Robo, Twitter, you name it. It's a game changer at this point. So what happened to that? Hopefully the citizen can stand up. This doesn't look good. It's getting out of hand. Dele is just another victim. Law and order is next thing to nothing in modern. No, it's very it's a sleep low. How do you call that? I mean, it's dangerous. It is. The book by Dele is quite interesting. It's just like a bomb drop into the corrupt judicial space of Nigeria, but on deeper look. I mean, it's an insider. So that's why it's like this. Don't be saying nah journalist or somebody an intern, somebody who just take interest, do his or her homework and decide to write a book about it. No, this pretty much speaking his list, telling his own story, his experience, and for him to be indicted for telling his experience is beyond me. It's beyond me. I just don't get it. Now, more attention. People will know more about it. I mean, as I said yesterday, this could just be the beginning of the end for the judicial system. After all eyes on judicial system trended for weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So this is another look, another big dive into looking at what is going there. And shout out to Professor Odinka Kalu is somebody who has decided not to look back when it comes to hitting on the judicial system. But this is just another level, man. It's another level. This is not fun. It's not funny. If these motherfuckers are just going the way they are going, if they have their way, my God. There's no, I, you know that yesterday I was actually saying, yeah, what is the point of actually creating kind of this kind of content, right? Does it mean if we know more just shut up and keep quiet? I mean, it's scary. They want on everybody to comedians, skit makers, and trash talkers, and just invest our energy in attention getter that will take away people's from reality, which is I mean, that's the goal anyway. They pay handsomely for that kind of content. But where do we go from here? Just as Mark said, what's next? Who is next? What is next? Are they going to go after platform now, or who is next? Because I mean, with that, you just I know if they allow the waiting they take on, they can there's no way they can rig the election the way they did it last time. Especially if the opposition are in one accord. Because if the opposition still split the way they split it, don't finish. Because they'll still split the vote among themselves. But if they go at this game as using a two-party system, that means the incumbent and coalition, which is not possible. It's not possible because I know it's in our politics, but these motherfuckers, uh-uh. They are just too. The competition is just too personal for them. They don't care about every person. So, but if they win this one, they don't finish with that. They don't control the narrative going into the election of 2027. That's exactly where they are headed. Because they will need the judicial system on their side to be able to do whatever they are planning to do. And with this kind of expose, thanks to Afe Babalola, a lot of people now don't even know about the book. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think to me, it's over. They've I said it yesterday. It could be the beginning of the end. So
You are
let me look.
watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
Mark, I still dey look for the tweets. I don't see nothing. I don't see. They see is all his clips. I just can't see I mean they don't the this Nigeria leads. I don't dey fear them. Oh. I mean they don't they go hard on hide some kind things where they know what maybe we see. Especially if it's just too spot on. You guys have a lawyer. I really want to hear his thoughts on this. Make I see. Okay, I'm not another way to get them. Let me see. Let me go the untrusted parts. Kenneth Okongwo. Okay. Let's see. Kenneth. Let's see the. Come on, you sure say this guy the X? Instagram the cop up. Mark, you sure say you na X now you see. Okay, you're right. I got it. Now, I know that the guy they wear is carefully they put it. I just start with grammar pen. I always make me dey laugh. I know best. The guy is the Dele Farotimi's arrest, an epistle of the incompetence and corrupt of our law enforcement agencies and complicities of the judiciary. All right. The news of the unjust arrest and detention of Dele Farotimi continue to expose the level of incompetence and corruption of our society and law enforcement, of our security and law enforcement agencies. The commissioner of police was quoted as saying, "We are investigating him. If the suspect is arrested, we will bring him for investigation. We will conduct our investigation and we will be able to know his level of capability of otherwise." The Supreme Court has made it clear that you do not arrest a person and start running around for investigation. It's just a clear case of show me the person and I'll show you the crime. Right? That's exactly what he's saying, and from a different angle. Anyway, the Supreme Court has made it clear that you do not arrest a person and start running around for the investigation. The mere act of arrest should indicate that investigation has been conducted. It also pertinent to know that the central issue is defamation, is the allegation of impropriety leveled against another person, which the person is claiming not to be true, and that it has affected his reputation. In this instance, Dele Farotimi is deemed to be the person making the allegation against another person on issue bordering on the impropriety of the person. If the police believe erroneously that the procedure is arrest first before investigation, the right thing they ought to have done was to arrest those people who Dele has made the allegation against. Huh. Also, that okay. Let's see. I like this. If the police believe erroneously that the procedure is arrest first before investigation, the right thing they ought to have done was to arrest those people who Dele has made the allegation against. It sounds beautifully, but I think I don't know. A lawyer should break it down here for me. So, hmm, anyway, let's continue. Oh, so they should have arrested Afe Babalola first. They had to was to arrest those people who delayed as Afe Babalola first, and then arraign them in court, get the court order, and detain them in jail pending the conclusion of their investigation, which they must make public. I don't know if so. If I go report for police, they mark you lie against me. They'll come arrest me first, arrest you, then detain us. I'm a, maybe how does that? I don't know. I'm not. I'm a layman in this instances because maybe in our law, session of understanding of their law, right? The interpretation, but it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, let me continue. Getting a court order and detaining them in jail pending the conclusion of their investigation, which they must make public. It's only when they find that Dele made any untrue statement that the course of action to move against him will arise. The most preferred procedure would have been to allow whoever is claiming that his name was defamed to seek redress in a law court where both parties will be granted fair hearing to determine the culpability of either party, and reasonable order will be issued by the courts to compensate the offended party. So on which ground sef police fit just so say police now dey waka online dey see anybody wey talk anyhow go arrest am if the arrest is coming from the police? Just just thinking. Anyway, arresting Dele and using the imprimatur of the court aids to disrespect for the dignity of his person as a lawyer and and minister in the temple of justice is deplorable and unacceptable precedent. Unacceptable. President Tinubu regime has always displayed complete disregard for the fundamental human rights of Nigeria and uses all instruments of coercion to intimidate and harass police opponents. Dele Farotimi must be released immediately and unconditionally until the police complete their investigations, which must conclude. I mean, because of they have concluded their investigation, I make them file the fresh allegation, which must conclude the investigation of all the allegations Dele made against all the persons in the book, on his book. All right. So how many people will come out again? That's a good observation right there. So how many? That's why I say what next and who is next, right? So who is going to come out again? If this man win or if Dele lost this case, who is going to come out from that same book or from another show or from another platform and just say, hey, arrest that person because who's the person do this to me or write something or play that show? Or, I mean, where does it stop? Or where do we go from here? Getting cold here, temperature they drop. Now, Dele would surely win this and win big. The police, judiciary, and politicians don't understand what is in this for them. Whether they back down or not, those against Dele will lose big time. I think by the time some kind people don't they come out and tie this impunity with the result of the presidential election, but I don't go say, hey, y'all should shut this shit down before we will not do anything 2027. I mean, this is just me thinking out loud. Indirectly, this is what he's saying, but I was struggling to understand him. Connect. In my opinion, investigation first before arrest. Yeah, I understand that, but he's saying arrest the person with they claim defamation. Anyway, it's not finished. Let me continue. Dele Farotimi must be released immediately and unconditionally until the police complete their investigation, we must conclude the investigation of all the allegations Dele made against all the persons in the book, and the result of the investigation must be made public. I am at a loss why anybody in Nigeria will still be in doubt that Nigeria has a systematic corrupt problem in which those in power collude with those outside power to defraud the Nigerian nation. See, when that conclusion like that don't they seek into some, especially the younger generation, and you're able to run away with that narrative, and then it's becoming a bigger problem for them. People like Dele and other courageous whistleblower should be commended. That's another way of viewing Dele book. It's a whistleblower, right? Which national honor are not committed to prison. It is a shame that in Nigeria, people who should be in prison are in the presidency. This man. If I say he said, if I may join the comrade, he say yes, I was arrested and I was detained for what I believe in. After Black Tinubu just said that a couple of days ago. It's a badge, right? It's a badge of honor to be arrested for what you believe in, pretty much. Why people who should be in presidents are in prison, Kenneth Okonkwo. All right, Joe. This is becoming interesting. Now, another guy that I read his submission was Deji. Let be the youngest of them, all right. The aspire in Kano too. Kano just, I don't know, everywhere. Nigeria is just, like I said yesterday, now house of commotion, right? If you are familiar with that TV series, that's of commotion. As I speak to you, the power tussle in Kano has taken a different turn entirely. Emir Sanusi just wake up overnight, begin say no get power again. They carry one machine go block his entrance or exit of his house. Say no fit come up for palace. He was supposed to be on official duty to do some official shit, but military just block everywhere. So Emir Sanusi second speak after police barricaded his palace, but we'll come back to that later. Let me tell you why what's his name? Adeoju spoke on this, and no, He spoke on this, and I think he had from the headings, he had a different. It's coming. His criticism of the daily thing is coming from a different angle, which is quite interesting. You see, say this after they see they make see the interesting other interesting thing about it. The man is not even shying away or backing down. The man issue out a communique actually regarding what he said. Now, this is let me read from his lawyer to tell you say these people are not these people they think they can whatever they have in mind, I don't think it's working. And so I reckon the process is faulty, in my opinion, but law and order is not to nothing currently in motherland. No blame Kenneth to him, no one call means. Ah, I understand the guy, I understand the guy. But at this point, man, I mean, Dele Farotimi will be freed only if he can defend his allegation. After Babalola lawyers. See, they are not they God, man. I don't understand our elite man. Is it that they watch touch of reality or it's just that I don't know. Like how- anyway, the legal representative of Afe Babalola's son, the founder of Afe Babalola University in Ado-Ekiti. My nephew actually graduated from there, a few years ago. Um, have asserted that the controversial human rights attorney Dele Farotimi will remain in custody until he substantiates his claim against the extreme elder statesman. Momo extreme. I use grammar where extreme. This bad optics for Jagaba and his team, Wahala across the nation indicates to the Hashi. But I don't know. I don't you see. You don't say me. I dey always try see from so many angles. It is a bad optics as it we are seeing it. But again, on another level, on whose favor now, right? This is Obi front soldier, right? More interest will be given to us, which is what I've been saying. It is not up to us to say which election we would be interested in. After the discouragement of 2023, I tell people say coming one now go dey more interested. Other than the fact that we are going to have more generation coming into the pool. But these motherfuckers will poke hard into your eye to the point that you like, fuck it. And this is what is happening. Yes, it is a bad optic for Bola Tinubu, who is gaining. Right? Let's introduce politics into things here. Right? Politically speaking here, because this is we have to see from that angle too. Who is gaining if the optic is not favoring the men in power? Definitely opposition. In opposition here in Nigeria, they don't. I mean, it's very obvious that they might be parading themselves as if they want to work together. That shit ain't gonna happen. So Obi here is the win here. It's not that Obi is going to get more numbers. That's still it's a possibility, but I see just like the question I asked yesterday. If you care if you are not here yesterday, go back and watch the show that we did yesterday in the evening. The question is, does the Dele Farotimi arrest have what it takes to galvanize the obedience, you know, to wake them from their disillusionment yesterday? They were feeling dejected, rejected, frustrated, and like, you know what, we ain't fuck this shit. Excuse my French. But is this capable of bringing them back to say, you know what, we were close last time. I think we can get it this time around. That's the angle that I say that they are gaining. If they are not getting more numbers, That energy is coming back. That enthusiasm is coming back. That frustration is coming back. That hunger is coming back. The hunger that drove the youth, the hunger that actually awakened the elderly people, wherever you want to actually analyze the obedience movement. I think we are seeing it, especially if these men keep driving it. If Bola Tinubu did not, if he refused to speak up, I'm not saying him personally, but if they, I don't think Asu Rock have spoken officially. If they have not said anything within the next couple of days, in that Monday, that means they actually want it to take the turn that is taking, which is drive people more hunger, drive people more interested, get people attention away from the tax bill. It's going to pass anyway, and let's start preparing for the election come 2027. On the opposition favor, yes, on the opposition favor, but yes, but the opposition are in three, they are in force. They are in different different phases now. Since they are not going to work together, we have to award the victory to somebody who really deserves it or who wants it, which is where the man belongs to, the party belongs to, the obedient party. So this is the with now waiting after Walala at the talk with this. The attorney indicated that Afe Babalola had formally requested the police to investigate the defamatory statement made by Farotimi on his publication titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. They emphasized that the decision to bring the activist before the court was a necessary step by the law to address the allegation appropriately. See, they are not even saying there is any wrongdoing here. They are standing their ground. Furthermore, the lawyer contended that the Farotimi action were aimed at damaging Babalola hard-earned reputation, which he had cultivated over many years of dedicated effort. That Afe Babalola lawyer stated this at a press conference held on Friday in the capital of Ado-Ekiti. Babalola counsel who addressed the media at the event in Owoseni Ajayi, Olakemi Falade, and Lawrence Fasami, all of whom are former chairperson of the Nigerian Bar Association Ado-Ekiti branch. In response to Babalola's position, the police in Ado-Ekiti State apprehended Farotimi in Lagos on Tuesday and subsequently presented him before an Ekiti State Magistrate Court on Ado-Ekiti on Wednesday, facing charges related to the defamation against the elder statesman. While the police requested the court to remand Farotimi in a correctional facility, his attorney sought bail for him. However, Chief Magistrate Abayomi Adeseun ordered Farotimi to be remanded and adjourned the case until December 10, 2024. Owoseni Ajayi, the lead counsel for Afe Babalola and a former commissioner for justice and attorney general in the Ekiti State, stated that the purpose of the press conference was to clarify various misleading reports concerning the ongoing legal proceedings before the Nigerian police and Farotimi regarding the defamation allegation against Baba. Come on, shey the case now between police and Farotimi, Abina Afe Babalola and Farotimi, because that's what they are trying to make it feel, seems like, right? Am I tripping? I said the purpose of the press conference was to clarify various misleading reports concerning the ongoing legal proceedings between the Nigerian police and Afe Babalola. You're in the midst of trying to correct misleading report. You're also misleading the people. I don't know. Now grammar that they speak here, I don't understand grammar like that. Because from what I mean, this is clearly is very this is what he said. That the purpose of the press conference was to clarify the various misleading reports concerning the ongoing legal proceedings between the Nigerian police and Farotimi regarding the defamation allegation against Afe Babalola. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Until we have strong and independent institutions and people are held accountable across board, middle, lower, upper class, nothing will change. Motherlands currently in bleeding. Yep, I agree with you, but unfortunately, the men who are currently in charge of things are in their closer to where they are going, than where they are coming from. So they don't care. They are just praying that God, make I finish successfully. And I'm not even worried about those people who are in charge right now. I'm concerned about those who are coming, those who are doing everything they can to come into the position of power next. Those motherfuckers, as a group of people, as a collective elite, they don't have what it takes. They don't have what it takes to actually, I don't know, stop what has been set on motion. We ain't coming back from this. Life is not going to be easier from this. And these people, I don't think they don't have what it takes to say they want to either stop the train from sliding to beyond no. Them too, they are coming with an agenda to level up. So I don't know. We ain't going nowhere. Anyway, okay, they are fighting in the Senate over the tax bill. Senate president and deputy Senate president, they seems to be from different realm book. Deputy said tax bill withdrawn. Senate president, forget deputy Senate president, no count. I get what you're saying. That the president will always be, especially this Senate president, will get power in the sense that he's a good friend of the president, and so therefore, yes, it's not withdrawn. A great time to be alive. It is a great time to be alive. And they always talk this. People don't understand. Within the next 10 years, not just Nigeria, the world, it will be a different place entirely. Everything will be like saying, we are living in a, well, we'll see. Now let's continue. So why the police? I don't know. So it is in between the police and the Afe Babalola. I don't get it. So he said, all facts are verifiable. I urge Nigerians to verify and find out what the truth is first before picking a side. Afe Babalola, in his petition, urged the police to use your good office to invite Mr. Dele Farotimi to show proof of the truthfulness of his publication, failing of which he should be prosecuted for criminal defamation in accordance with the requirements of the extant law of Nigeria. Confiscate all defamatory publication until investigation are completed. That you see, I talk calm. So does that mean if Dele Farotimi lost this case, what happened to this book? Nobody can quote the book again. The book will be withdrawn for all. Like, what the heck is where do we start? Where is all this going? Right? He said confiscate all defamatory publication. That means all interview, everything should be just wiped out until investigation are completed, and as well stop Mr. Dele Farotimi by himself and his agent from further publishing any defamatory content to attack my hard-earned reputation, the publication of my law firm, and that of my lawyer and of the Nigerian judiciary. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. If Dele Farotimi lose this case and the guy win, who's next and what next? Because you don't leave the door wide open with that for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come up with all kind of bullshit. Anyway, Ajayi query, it is wrong for Afe Babalola to seek justice for these false utterances against him. Should the justice only be available for Mr. Dele Farotimi because Afe Babalola is a global icon? Once Mr. Dele Farotimi can show proof that his assertion in the books are true, then he will be free. The law allows free speech, but not one that is calculated to injure the good reputation of another. Okay. I mean, you have a point. Just that the way you guys are going about it, man. God damn, you're just anyway. He said that the police had done the right thing and needed to be commended for the manner in which the arrest was made and arranged within 24 hours. Adding the made of arrangements was in order. Also, the book being distributed and accessed in Ado-Ekiti. So long as defamation is a crime in Ekiti, this has established criminal liable within the Ekiti, placing it under the investigatory jurisdiction of the police and the investigation and the jurisdiction of the Ekiti State High Court, given the cross-state nature of the alleged crime. So because, I mean, I remember, I think when the Dele Farotimi was trying to alert the public of what is coming and what his charges are, he was saying that everything he has done is in Lagos. The book was published in Lagos, was written in Lagos, blah blah in Lagos. But now the Afe Babalola teams are coming to say yes. It is not the fact that the book is being bought and read in Ado-Ekiti make it fall into that defamatory category. So we'll see who win this case. This is serious. This is serious. This will either bust us to one corner or free us. For the uninformed saying the court detained him, the court denied him bail. There was nothing like that. There is nothing special in the case of Dele Farotimi that the court cannot ask his lawyer to make their bail application formal. The statement made by Farotimi in this book suggests a deliberate attempt by Farotimi to malign the reputation of Afe Babalola and the esteemed law firm of Afe Babalola and Co. The accusation made are baseless, offensive, and not only lack in truth, but also designed to cause irreparable harm to the standing and legacy of one of the Nigerian foremost legal minds. Those defamatory remarks made it the book cannot be reminded by the award of damage. I mean, ah, what renowned, what renowned. Okay, Ajayi stated that the assertion by Farotimi in his book runs foul of Section 59 of the Criminal Code Act, which talked about publication of false news with intent to cause fear and alarm in the public. Subsection 1 states that any person who publish or reproduce any statement. That's why I said, does that mean we can, if the Farotimi lost this case and they win, that means we can't even quote that book anymore. That's what they say. They are quoting a law for a criminal code act, which that's the section. This is section 59 of the criminal code act, which talks about publication of false news with intent to cause fear and alarm in the public. So that's what they are accusing me of. That whatever I publish in that book is false. So if they win the case, that means it continues. It says subsection 1 stated that any persons who publish or reproduce any statement, rumor, or report which is likely to cause fear or alarm to the public or to to disturb the public peace, knowing on having reason to believe that the statement, rumor, or report to be false, shall be guilty of misdemeanor and liable in conviction to imprisonment for 3 years. Now, if they win this case, that whatever is stated in that book is actually false and is intended to cause alarm in the public and is well established and that is true, they win, that means me and you who read the book and quote that book, my brother, are 3 years old. God damn, this is now funny. Anyway, now the fight don't reach Kano again, Emir fight, which is actually between the current state governor, his team, and the former governor who is Jagaban. Of course, this one Akonko's and Tunubu. Na bargain. I go say too. Maybe Tunubu no one agree to the requirement. We go also the put. Of us that whatever they forget, but Moko, this is leave those Emirate people. They are problem. They don't even care. They don't even care about the Kanawa. So that's that na elite problem. I understand the the political side of it and the power. But just pay attention, pay freaking attention. This is not funny. It's a Section 59 of the Criminal Code Act, which talks about publication of false news with intent to cause fear and alarm in the public. That's what they're accusing him for. Subsection 1 states that any person who publish or reproduce any statement, rumor, or report which is likely to cause fear and alarm to the public or to disturb the public peace, knowing on having reason to believe that the statement, rumor, or report to be false, that is, if they don't win this case, that means that it means established that it's false. You work on the quotum again, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and liable on a conviction to imprisonment for 3 goddamn years. My brother, this is real. This shit is real, man. This is real. All right. Those pushing Farotimi are not his friends. By the time they lead him to the dungeon, he will realize they were deceiving him. Let me advise his family members to apologize to Are. Afe Babalola is a builder, not interested in destroying Farotimi, he added. So this is what it's about, right? Shut the fuck. They won't just shut the guy up. This is it. Because once he admits and he apologizes, it's over. He can't speak no more, and that would be too dangerous. Mano, like no. They must not win. Oh, he's a lawyer, so I have confidence in that guy. He can do this. But this is serious. Book way all over the world, they must be dreaming. Hey, okay. Lord Jesus. This is not funny. Okay. That's serious, man. They are just trying to this is big. This is gonna take a different turn. Because what next? Who is next? Kanu Tosuna. I don't know. I don't like. I just feel. I don't know. Now power. Language is still. I mean, if that you what you go do, where your guy now be president? Who the fuck is the governor, huh? That's how he good. If you're talking about Ganguje right now, I don't know be my guy, and I'm the chairman of so much. So why like who are you, man? Who are you, these guys? Who can make life unbearable for you? That's what it is. That's what's going on. I did at the top. Temperature don't drop. I'm cold. 68 degrees. So it can only be enforced in the kangaroo court in Ekiti. Well, see, you see, if not you there, I don't know, I can't just take my eye off this gang of elders, right? The affair around Okanka for 95 years. Obasanjo, the clock 90, Abi, Shoyinka, Tinubu. These are, I mean, you can, at this point, they laugh and they laugh about this because now them be that this is this is not. I don't know. I just can't believe that they get all of us all entangled in this kind of. How they catch me? I go warm up and smoke up. All these old men, they won't pass that past me by all means. Because I'm suspicious of the timing and the person. They know say they respond. But why us? They not know want tax bill now. Eh? We did there. The southern people seems to be in in agreement with the Tinubu tax bill. The South senators assembling themselves say that's what they want. I mean, why are they diverting our attention? What do we do? Eh? What do we do? What can you read committee in this house? Now, not say they no, not say no who care about what is happening to what is happening to. They just don't say that them. Na family matter. Just as we go say Kanu na family matter. Now say the nurse they go say well Dele Farotimi and na papa them they will settle. They don't give a fuck. And they have the right to feel that way.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet, 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying calm down, do you know where River State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election. And if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh yes, and thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No. He was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit or power to defend the votes in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody because I'm still a member of Labour Party. And you can see I'm still fighting that Labour Party should be consolidated because Nigerians are looking for an alternative to these people. That if you want to fight these people who are compulsive thieves and who are the worst amongst us, leading us, according to Senator Ndume, who is part of them, then you have to grow higher and be more aggressive than calm down. That's what I said, and I stand by it. In all honesty, I would have said we don't. But because I'm still...
You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
Is Obi or should Obi lead the protest? Mark, are you there? I think I will talk about that later. Should or would Obi lead the protest? If 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 these people get away with these charges, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good, oh man. It will box all of us to one corner. Let's see. Let's see what Showore is saying. Maybe our woman, human rights activist. Only 1 million followers Showore don't get for Twitter. Now, oh, okay. Remember there's this guy that came here. I interviewed his AAC governorship candidate a couple of weeks before the election. So he just tweeted that just leaving the Ado-Ekiti prison. Jesus. We met Dele Farotimi in high spirit. The Inspector General of Police has filed a fresh charge, and as they know, the case at the magistrate court hold no water. Keep fighting. We will defeat this rogue ruling class soon. That's good to know. That's crazy. So okay, they show will actually publish all the charges. Make I dey read them one by one and see how we make sense of it. First of all, I think there's it's planning a protest, which is this must be restated, organize, don't agonize. Abuja, Ado-Ekiti, Lagos, London, keep mobilizing. Finally, it is about to go down. Enough is enough. It sound like small pikin we see toy they happy. It's about to go down. My problem is organizing. My problem is mobilizing. Why organizing? Why mobilizing when you can organize? It's a big difference. Big difference. Now, let's see. He posted some of the charges. Say it came across my practice when I came across it. I challenged it as a lawyer and I fought him to the point where he could not enjoy the fruits of his
extortion in the Supreme Court with the intention of bullying and harassing the named person, thereby committed an offensive contrary to the pursuable and under Section 24 of the cybercrime, blah, 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 blah. Count 7. This is count 7. That you, Dele Farotimi, on 28 August, knowingly and intentionally transmitted communication in an online interview on mic on podcast by Shemo Kimbaloye on YouTube. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It seems that they talk now. Nigeria and describers and blah, blah, blah. It's okay. That you, Dele, I mean, why they just fucking care repeating it? It's crazy though. So nationwide already the poster has been distributed. Nationwide global protest against the Nigerian judiciary. Nigerian refused to be silent. Location Lagos, Afe Babalola Chamber. Abuja, Federal Ministry of Justice, Ekiti, Police Headquarters, Ado-Ekiti, London, King's College Campus. Date 10th December 2024. What did they wait until that time? Now today they for done and they for done everything for the guy to be released today. Now you guys go to spend weekend. Well, he stated everything for. So where the Americans? Where are we? Where would we want to have our own protest? So the police they say they ban legal they ban public gathering protest. That's global leader global protest. Come on. I don't know. Are you something tells me that the man said they enjoy the whole publicity too. I could be wrong, man. I mean, something just happened. This man is 95 years old. Shit, he doesn't give a fuck. Something tell me he's just he dey enjoy it. He dey enjoy it. So, are we going to see Obi getting the protest? I been Atiku go come out shine. I no go surprise. See Atiku go just bounce. I no go surprise if the man go come out. Go na election season with this. Again, I think earlier on we are talking about who's gaining, right? Mark, we are talking about opposition. We don't forget to show what is in our position. Show what is in our position now. So how does he come into play here? He's going to gain too, politically speaking. I mean, no go gain because if you say it's a bad optics for the government, so that means it's good optics for the opposition. But unfortunately, I said unfortunately because the opposition they can't seem to work together. So they will share the gain. Of course, Obi will be the biggest winner here because now in food soldier. Then Showore, was pretty much mobilizing, to use his words. It's gonna get some too, you know. Go get some. So then we'll see. I mean, I think this is gonna. I'm. I mean, I always like a little bit one step in the front. I don't care if I'm wrong. It will be interesting, the debate that will come after this between the obedient and the taking back movement, because I know they're going to clash. Now they are coming together under one cause now, right? Rightly so. Dele is Dele na Showore supporter in a way. I mean, but politically is more towards Obi. Believe that Obi is more closer to the throne. I mean, that's an obvious way to go. So, but it will be interesting to see how because I don't know why they always find humor in all this crap, man. Because I don't say last you go ahead, the guy will be free, you know. I'll be free and life continue. Politicking take a different shape and hooray, 2027 year will begins. So then as somebody who has been in the middle of a conversation where they get heated between the obedience and the take it back, them strongly equal and passionate about what they believe in. So it will be interesting to see if they can work together. I am for that. I'm for that, man. If these two people are coming together, let's go there. Oh, another interesting person where I never see it take, which is not that it matters. Sheun Kuti. He never run him mad for on this. Because himself na potential beneficiary for this. It will come out if you find a way to tap in. So nobody has liked the tax man. This is the real issue. The real issue is President Tinubu saying Nigeria live a fake life before he became president. He has forgotten he was part of that fake world too. Ruben Apati. Everything that government tries to do for the common good, some people just think it is their lifetime ambition to sabotage everything. The same Ruben Apati. We live in a country where some people don't want to see anything good in government, negative people. Abati Ruben. So what come next? Is the question I keep asking. Who next or what next? If this is what they are, if they actually have their way. Sorry, Mark. Okay, I just see this thing. Well, what you talk? It can only be enforced in Kangaroo State. I've seen that. Mechanically, it's So going with this clip you just played at Okonkwo, what do I think? What do you think? Oh man. What do I think? When I first see that, of course, people will say, "Oh, he's looking for a job," and all that kind of a thing. But I think it's somebody who is frustrated. Is frustrated because he doesn't seems to understand what next. You understand? He knows that yes, in a spokesperson for the party, but in the scheme of things, still It's still, it's not a little they go so far. So I think I see somebody who is in lost of okay, what next? And it's as if the man who he invested all his energy and resources and time on is not moving according to his own chess plan. You understand? So he no understand, and maybe at every attempt to actually try to get to where the next move is, nothing they come out clear to them. And then in that situation, you have to look, okay, what are my options? If because one thing about people like him is just it's like a contract, right? Am I going to renew? Are we going to renew the contract? So that at least that will keep building my profile, I'll keep being there and all that. But if that is not going to be the case, then where do I go from here? Especially I see people like him because money no day in hand. Money no day in hand at the level when he won't play. Not because I get money no, that's not it. At the level when he won't play, he no get that kind of money, but he now relying on his charisma, his personalities, less hard work. If I work harder, I will level up. So where is it? So now that's I see that's not the frustration why I see him. That's why I says from his rants be that because I mean in Nigeria we did now where he won't go. He no get money to pursue his own way. So he either go to C4 back to B or he can't afford to just stay out of the nest. He can't. He doesn't have that leverage to stay, say, okay, I'll vest. I don't know. He will take a politician, will find a way to take by his words and forge ahead with the next agenda. It's good for the opposition and the citizen at large. It's a wake up call. Well, it depends on how the city is. That's why I said why mobilize rather than organize, right? If you want to, who's going to organize the 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 the, the, the citizen to take advantage or see through all this. So because if there's nobody to organize the citizen, as so already are mobilized to Atiku go mobilize, Obi go mobilize, Tinubu then go mobilize. So at the end of the day, who mobilize pass. And you know already, now person way has pretty much monopoly, pretty much resources, violence, everything, which is the money power. So it will it will always mobilize you, especially at this that minute. If you make reference to your question, who should lead the protest? You said should Obi lead. I responded Kenneth should lead. No, I mean if Obi lead, that's what if Obi lead, that would be that's it. That would be something. That would be something. I mean, it will take a different. I mean, oh no, yeah, it will change the whole thing. It will bring a whole new. I mean, if he leads it, oh no, but I don't see him. That's not. Obi not be that. Obi is strictly following the guidelines. As I said, nah, there's a power behind him. Not be saying nah, him like that. So I don't know because we again we have to look at the people in question, the characters here, right? I mean, last now father and son. So and based on who we are, you know, I don't know. It would be that would be I don't that like that would be no. In fact, the government the Tinubu will go after him. Life. Now not going after him as in physically what I mean, no. But the way they will take go after him in a way that Politically speaking, he go keep him busy for a minute. He go to defend. He go to defend. Instead of him to the strategize or the trying to stay ahead of his own game, they want to set him back. So I don't think he want to put himself in that position. But I would be very nice. But Okonkwo, I don't know. Okonkwo is not the right person. I don't know. Okonkwo should not be the. Even Showore self. Showore should not be the. Should not be the. Should not be the person to lead. If now, from a citizen point of view, I don't think any of these politicians should lead the protest. No, I shouldn't. I'll be back later. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Okonkwo should lead. I am not. I mean, surely, I mean, there's nothing anybody can do about him. But I'm not even in support of surely leading it because you don't want to give the oppose the, the administration ammunition to have a seat at the table in this conversation at all. You don't want to because they will politicize everything, and that's not good for the conscience of the citizen. So I don't see I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of who would bring more value and bring nuances to the conversation going forward. I don't want politics to kill the because that's the next thing, right? Because attention is being narrowed to the judicial system now, right? And possibly the police, right? Then the elites, how then they use themselves. That's where the attention is, and that's where it should stay. Yeah, that's where it should stay. So by the time the political figure begin coming to the lead the conversation, don't finish. They will begin take the conversation away from that to them and their so that's where I'm saying show where the rest. Not be say they be bad people or they are not credible, but it's just that I mean they are politicians now at its best. So what's the point? I mean, even though the Farotimi himself a politician, right? The partisan one at that. So, but we need. How do we bring those people that have been annihilated from the scheme of things, right? People who don't understand how the system works. People who don't understand the politics of things. Those are the people they are referring as 130 something dimensional poor people. So how do we keep bringing in those people into the consciousness of so that as the elite pool is becoming too wide beyond their control, they are doing everything to bring more people in. We need recruits at the base so that the number. I mean, how long we away the whole election for the past 25 years? All the total vote they get are under 40 million. Which at the time PTP go claim saying that their member be that, APC go claim that their member be that. But that's man look to go off. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I don't know. Make I think. Somebody fresh. Somebody fresh. Somebody with a more way. Somebody with a different way of telling this or Nigerian the average day Nigerian story. that Dele Farotimi represents. Who's that person? No one, celebrity, entertainer, those, no, stay off. That's crazy. I mean, it'll be late. It will be loud. It will be the thing that people is good, but again, opposition will say, okay, yeah, this is more politics. Don't start with that. In NS, campaign don't start with that. They will do everything within their power to put it like that. People like I don't know. People like Peter Side. I tell you, Peter Side will be good. I don't know about asking for too much, but I think he fit the bill. We fit the bill. That will awaken some kind elite that are looking for courage to stick their heart into the mainstream conversation. I'm just looking at the likes of Elon Musk as an example, right? It takes somebody somewhere to just trigger them to say, you know what, they may fuck it. But that on a more surface way of seeing things. But the idea of Atedo Bisadat coming out to say, you know what, fuck this shit. It will be that will ignite, it will change the whole conversation to, it will put more more seriousness into the judicial system as you are trying to avoid. Or I don't know Odinka Kalu will bring more flavor attention to it, like as much as I told you precise side will. Yeah, I think that man can do it, can change the whole conversation. To like it will take the conversation will stay go. It will be more intellectual. It will be more focused. It will be more. That would be. It will bring more attention from serious institutions, and and as I said yesterday, it could just be the beginning of judicial system as we have it, good or bad. It might not remain the same again. Yeah, I tell you, Peter Sag would be that guy. Then, who again? The women's side. I don't know. Even at my brain, I just to anybody they come at mind are still the same mainstream, pretty much. Who are one point or the other became partisan in their views. So and they just hit my head. But that's interesting that somebody should help me out there. I get about 28 people listening to me. I don't know where they are listening from. Either not from Twitter or not from Facebook or not from YouTube. But according to DMX, love show me a sign. Somebody who is in a better position to lead this protest that will not turn partisan rhetoric at the end of the day. I will look to the north. So that's the danger of being partisan in this. You just can't look into the country and say, okay, this person will be, can be allowed to see things from a balanced view, but everybody has either gone left or right. As a country with one elite club, you are then out. Oh, buddy. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I'll tell you, yes, even though it's with age is I don't expect it's up there, but I think that is a man that can actually articulate what is happening in a way that he can hit a home run with it, and it will bring different perspectives to the conversation, different people, different both poor, different interest group, institution, individuals. We'll pay more attention to what's before us. But people like Showeri and the rest, I think they would dilute it. They would dilute the convo. Maybe will be the necessary flavor, but that's still going to be the same community. I don't see any. You're not going to win anybody out there that is not already in. We'll just be loud for a minute and that's it. Amanda will be class, will be a good one. Will bring a different demographic to it. Young women, especially intellectual class. Other institutions of international repute and all that will come into the. She should be a good one, but I don't. She doesn't appear to like that kind of radical or who wants to, Nah, she's too wired. The intellect. I mean, she's far intellectual side of things than. Best way she rather take her time to articulate the words, the thing, the heartbeats of the people is, and put it in a way that it will take time to marinate if it hits you, which is her own talent and time. But I think the time's winning now. But if she can prove me wrong and say, okay, this is it, it's a win. Anyway, why we brainstorm on let's refresh our memory, the energy I wish this can spark. Can we get at him? Can Dele Farotimi's arrest ignite that kind of energy again? We are far from there. Let's see what's the headlines regarding Dele Farotimi. Two, 3 hours. Take police ban protest fireworks in Ekiti. So let's see what police are doing in Ekiti regarding the Ado-Ekiti. Police ban protest fireworks in Ado-Ekiti. The Ekiti State Police Command has issued a directive banning unlawful gathering, demonstration, and the sales and use of fireworks across the state, citing concern over public safety and security threats. In a statement signed by the state police spokesperson, Abutu Sunday, on Friday, the command emphasized its commitment to sustaining peace and protecting lives and property in the state. Any form of unlawful gathering, demonstration, or protest is unacceptable. The statement declared, adding that the intelligence report indict plans by some individuals to exploit protests to incite violence and create panic. The same story all the time. The command urged both parents and guardians to consult their words against action that could disrupt the peace and security of the state. Anyone who runs foul of this directive will be dealt with in accordance with the law, the statement warned. Additionally, the police imposed a ban on the sales and use of fireworks, knockouts, and firecrackers, citing their potential to cause destruction, unnecessary apprehension, and health issues. The use of various fireworks at times creates panic and confusion, and it could be difficult to differentiate their sound from the real gunshots, the statement explained. The directive underscored the police command proactive approach to ensure a peaceful and secure environment during the festive season and beyond. Hmm. So that's the vanguard. This is what the Tribune is saying. Dele Farotimi, temper justice with mercy. OPC beg Afe Babalola. The Odua People Congress on Friday appealed to Elder State Mayor Afe Babalola to handle the alleged defamation of character and cyberbullying against right activist Dele Farotimi with mercy and understand in resolving the issue at hand. OPC made the plea in a statement by its publicity secretary, Barrister Yinka Ogun Timei, saying that the controversy generated by the recent arrest and detention of the right activist, who is described as son to Are Abi, son to Are Babalola, they talk about, had become a matter of concern for well-meaning Nigerians. The OPC, while pleading for Farotimi release, the need for justice, even as it's raised concern over the unlawful detention of the activists. We are concerned that two illustrious sons of Yoruba race, a father and son, statement, Chief Afe Babalola and his son, who is also a lawyer and right activist, Dele Farotimi, has been engaged in legal battle. As an organization that is poised to seek justice and fairness, we are concerned that the issue has been generating various reactions from people from all walks of life. We are concerned with the manners of arrest and detention that the ordinary defamation is not a criminal offense that warrants such manner of arrest and detention. We therefore appeal to Chief Afe Babalola to show mercy and understanding in resolving this issue, OPC stated. The sociocultural group said Afe Babalola remain the beacon of hope for Nigeria. He is a legal icon and famous advocate of justice in Nigeria, whom had impacted his generation in all areas as one of the leading legal luminaries, saying that nobody can destroy the name of or tarnish the image of such global revered personality. Chief Afe Babalola has remained the beacon of hope for Nigeria. He is a legal icon and famous advocate of justice in Nigeria. He has impacted his generation in all areas and has been one of the leading legal luminaries that have ever been produced in Nigeria. Chief Babalola had invested so much in the legal profession and also in the education sector. He had produced more than 300 lawyers and a good number of sons in a profession that lasted more than 6 decades. So much an icon, in undoubtedly one of the most respected legal icon and elder statesmen in the country. With all his record of service to humanity, both in Nigeria and even beyond, we believe that nobody can destroy the name or tarnish the image of such a global revered personality. This is why the OPC is appealing to Chief Afe Babalola to handle the case of right activist Dele Farotimi with wisdom and understanding, as that is the best way to resolve the lingering issue, Ugutemi stated. This Tribune. Make I find out that the man get out. I will be surprised. You just put the man profile on a roller coaster. Why they just suffer? Okay, so the man is the victim now at this point. It's all right. So good. Farotimi book destroy reputation and labor to bully premium time. Very good. Let's see what premium time. Farotimi. This is Farotimi book destroy reputation and labor to build. Afe Babalola. Okay. Let's hear from the other side of the equation. See, the founder of Babalola University, Ekiti, Abuad, that's the abbreviation, ABUAD. Afe Babalola's son on Friday lamented. On Friday lamented that the alleged defamatory remark made against him by right activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi in his book has destroyed the reputation he has labored to build. Mr. Babalola, who made his known on Friday at a press conference held at the Afe Babalola Bar Center in Ado-Ekiti, said the destructive actions can't be remanded by award of damage. So then what the fuck are you now taking action for if nothing can be done? Speaking on behalf of the legal icon, the former Justice Commissioner in Ekiti has led counsel Ogunshoyede Ajayi said there are various misleading publications, particularly in the social media, about the ongoing matter between the Nigerian police and Dele Farotimi over a recent publication titled Nigerian and its Criminal Justice System. I think we have read that before. Let's see. Reason for my petition. The lawyer therefore said that Mr. Farotimi wrote about him in the said book could destroy what he had spent it could be has destroyer. Where on a day? One has stay on one side, so we know which one to address. If you say nothing can be done, that the damage has been done, then what the fuck do you want? If you say it has not been damaged but could have the potential, then okay. You can't be doing this. He said, I wrote a request that Farotimi must show proof of the truthfulness of his publication, filing of which should be prosecuted for criminal defamation, in which blah 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 blah. Blah. We've heard that before. Now let's go to what what Amazon is doing with this. Amazon is cashing out. They know they tell us how much they make. They all the boo boo us. Anyway, Amazon is Dele Farotimi books as on Afe Babalola corruption. God damn. I think I understand the man now. But why they go just put their eyes at the like this is not Amazon? Okay, no, nah, People's Gazette. How they just the guy did not write book on Afe Babalola. Yes, it make yeah, journalism, it's interesting. Anyway, everybody they chase, not be only me they chase clouds, as people they refer to here. You see, these are people get it too. They said Amazon list Dele Farotimi's book on Afe Babalola corrupt influence on Nigeria judiciary as number one best-selling worldwide. As if saying focus on the man write book about them. Anyway, global tech and retail giant Amazon has listed Nigeria 10 book has is number one best-selling in global politics. After its author was arrested on the order of a controversial lawyer and businessman. Una dey tell una see Nigeria me they call am legal luminaries, icon, bagagoga gigaga. This one they just tell us about a controversial lawyer. Straight up, and a businessman. Come bro, man. This is I go best. Anyway, Dele Farotimi Nigeria's and its criminal justice system surged to the first position on Amazon Thursday morning after trending started Wednesday afternoon. People Gazette checked shows. Tomorrow is Ghana election. See, say una give me plenty money now for just go enter my private jet. I'll be in Accra. Live reporting. Anyway, we shall get there. The demand for Mr. Farotimi on global platforms like Amazon follow similar rush to bookstores across Nigeria where citizens were curious to learn its content. The global interest followed by Farotimi arrest on the orders of Afe Babalola, a 93 years old senior Nigerian lawyer who corruption allegations have long I pity the man. Long dog Nigerian team here marked Amazon best-selling chair. And Mr. Farotimi's book Best Global Acclaim wrote life. It is even more funny that not them. Right? Don't see that Buhari be president now or not somebody else. That's a different ball game. This is not Yoruba like. This is not Omoluabi like. What's going on? What's going on? Àwọn ọmọlúwàbí dà kí ló ń ṣe wọ́ kí ló ń ṣe wọ́ òun wọ́n ṣe dẹ́tí nílé ẹ̀ ní ìgboro kò dáa náà àwọn ṣàṣẹ làwlàw ní màá gbèrò Yorùbá. We compare it with motherland own. I call that one no, that na small group. Why they do like this now? Why you compare Ghana election Ghana election where the video fit sponsor. Now, ah, Baba for allow this lie. He just gave Dele Farotimi PR. He give am PR, but he has shine the spotlight where he dey shine on Afe Babalola, man. That's God damn. You can't come back from this now. And I ain't bring out to his say, don't allow the sleeping dog lie. Or find a way to settle Egbo, make him just withdraw the thing from circulation. Kai. Yeah, let me continue reading Amazon conclusion. They were just fucking straight up, man. I like that they won't say too. Mr. Farotimi, a retired lawyer based in Lagos, used the book to critique corruption in the Nigerian judiciary and specifically name-checked Mr. Babalola as one of the top offender. Yeah, man, Baba na Afe na be Obasanjo lawyer. That's what. See, people don't understand why. No matter how I want to see this thing, I can't just help but to laugh. That where is Obasanjo in this? Afe Babalola and his personal lawyer for the 8 years he was the president. Like, so whatever that is accusing Afe Babalola for, you cannot take Obasanjo away from the equation. But for the fact that just a year ago, these same people are on the same train, trying to change Nigeria for good. It's beyond me. I just don't get it. Anyway, maybe we will find out last. The Babalola compromised the Supreme Court and the remain semblance of integrity it might have had. Mr. Farotimi wrote while narrating case in which the non-Nigerian lawyer approached the Supreme Court and got that court to sworn in the sways of corrupt and shameful self abnegation. The book, published in July 2024, buttressed long-standing public suspicions that Mr. Babalola was among those among those befolding Nigerian judiciary by corrupting judges with cash and material bribe to influence judges from lower courts to the Supreme Court. The book saw low sales following its publication until Farotimi was seized by armed policemen in Lagos on Tuesday morning and subsequently transported to Ado-Ekiti, about 300 kilometers northeast of the nation's commercial capital, where Mr. Babalola is best known as the largest employer of labor. Following his initial arrangement on Wednesday morning in Ekiti, a judge remanded Mr. Farotimi in custody pending the bail hearing on December 10th. The police said the book was likely to cause fear and alarm to public or disturb the public peace, according to the charge sheet seen by the Gazette. Mr. Babalola has long faced public criticism as one of the senior lawyers notorious for their ability to influence court judgment across the country, ero- eroding public trust in the Nigerian judiciary. He has often denied the allegation, but some judges have lamented how some lawyers were known for their ability to undermine the judicial system by buying judgment. He was not specifically mentioned in the allegation by retired Justice Datijo Mohammed. The detention has sparked public outrage, with Nigerians demanding Mr. Farotimi release while remaining investigating against Mr. Babalola, who widely adjudged the most influential private citizen in Ado-Ekiti. Now, this is make I even not remind me. Let me even see Odika Kalu's take on this. I just did refer to Racines, but I never bothered to check. Chidi Odika Nkalu. he retweeted Stephen Kefas. That's not Stephen Kefas. I know be that lawyer from my near my village that year. When the El Rufai government abducted me from Port Harcourt in May 2019, the police presented me a petition as bulky as the Oxford Dictionary, boasting that they had all it takes to jail me.
For you, man. Indeed, they kept me in police and prison custody for 162 days. When I eventually made bail and we went back to court, they suddenly disappeared and the case died a natural death. What the oppressive elites do in Nigeria is that they will hire rogue lawyers to help them draft all manners of petitions to get and enemies of the government adopted and locked up. But trust me, as the case proceeds, they must the most time die natural death. The police in Kaduna still have my brand new smartphone with all my information in it. They never gave me back 5 years down the line. While in police custody, I saw kidnapping suspects caught in the act being released without charge, while critics like me were charged to court and then remanded in prison custody. Kidnapping is supposed to be a capital offense in Nigeria. The Nigerian criminal justice system is a criminal system that doesn't ensure justice for ordinary citizens. It gives justice to the highest bidder, as we have repeatedly seen over time. To best understand the Nigerian criminal justice system, you need to experience it as an individual to have a full grasp of all levels of rot therein. Dele Farotimi will surely come out stronger than he went into that prison cell. Free Dele Farotimi now. Now, Chidi, 3 hours ago, said Dr. Chidi said, they are now, I said, Ndika Kalu, say, they are now effectively charging the referral to me with treason. Hmm. That's it, with a question mark anyway. Grohon marks was right. History unfold first as strategy and then as fears. The Nigerian police force has five fresh cybercrime against. That's what we're talking about. If you can't find the title, you can wear the title. They know they sell t-shirt to Nigeria criminal justice. I thought say that I like that guy, man. He's been on this justice people's ass for a minute. And anytime you read his submission, it's always mind-boggling, man. His knowledge and in-depth of and how far he has gone to assemble material tell the story is just out of this world. So then they sell t-shirts, Nigeria and the justice system. So if you know visit the book, buy the t-shirt. Ashiri yesterday he said, I am glad you have drawn up a list of those to silence. I am even more flattered that you find me worthy of bringing silence. I talk am now. I will plead with you. Don't worry about me. Worry instead for people like you whose lives are so worthless. No one even notice you exist. Abio, my basic target will be that. I hope you know you are on the list of the silent. Nobody there. The revolution will begin with the judicial system, perhaps. He retweeted that. A relatively unknown book has now gained worldwide recognition just because someone who is not God wanted to show his power and might. Choosing story rearrests those who seek to expose and end it. Now, the virus of judicial corruption in Nigeria has achieved international prominence violently. Nigerian lawyer will tell you that just do it law. Judge do. See, I'll tell you what judge do is the law. So when a judge acts this irresponsible, it is also law, isn't it? With a question mark right there. There's Samuel Oduwesi said, Chidi Odika, you were warning the Nigerian judicial low key and locally hoping that they will voluntarily change for the better, but they didn't listen, right? Now the whole world will see them for who they are. Now, no amount of propaganda can whitewash the Nigerian judiciary. Fact. People power, diaspora power, SM power, Dele Farotimi's book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system has gone from $17 to $24. And Amazon number one bestseller in less than 48 hours. The book is an attestation daily faith affirmed the book corruption. I bet my do go write my own book sharp sharp oh, so that in the day when they go catch me self, I go see hammer. I get on see how. I be Mark. That's all now. Yeah, you have to stay ready. You have to be ready, right? You have to you have to be ready so that you don't have to stay. They say stay ready so that you don't have to be ready. I go write my own book. I go sector I go focus on where go dey credible. Oh, na sports sector sef. I get material plenty. First hand. I'm a victim first hand. ah, Abi. They don't dey show us the way to hammer. If money is the goal, they don't just show us another way be that. They don't just show us another way how to run am. You better go write am. I tell you, I go write oh. But I no, I there are two ways to do this thing, Sha. What's on my radar now? The one way go give me put me in a position to actually practicalize wetin I want write. Right? I have more solution. I'm inching towards solution than destruction. Mhm. And they quick forget, you know, when I just if I want to write about destruction, I'll be fine. I'll put myself on the front first. Nobody be saying that you put yourself on blast first, then you just go down low. No be Michelle Obama, the way they go low, you go high. Fuck that shit. You you start with yourself, then you go down the rabbit hole. Let's go there. Whoever wants to come down there with you go collect. But no, that's not the first approach. Let's put the solution forward first, and then I'm working on that. I'm working on that. At least for athletics, could buy the title of that. Uh, anyway, but that's an end. So we'll write that then. As a while, you just go fuck up. You was like you fuck up the arrest you whatever you begin go. That's not that's not Hollywood style with that sha. It's not something new. But I don't think that's the little I say the little we happen to come from the same way of life. So anyway, that's not Dele Farotimi's intention anyway. But it just worked out for his good, you know. Um, you see, as you lay down the call for police. Now they talk now. I was just saying earlier on that he's not. I don't think he's the right person to lead the protest. They will politicize them. Before you know, the APC government will just, you know, come from politically, and before you know, this attention way that the judiciary is getting will be weighed off. They will turn out to another thing. My own critique of him leading the, not that he's not credible enough to do it, but we need a little bit aside. A little bit aside will bring a different angle to it. Whew. That reminds us of what we're
You
doing.
are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
We are proving him right by every action we take.
I'm desperate to see Nigeria war. No, be desperate. And because I've been inside, I know it is presently a criminal enterprise. It must be dismantled. And that's how Africa is. Because as governor, I can take my state money and come here and buy a house. Buy a house all over the world that I don't need. So that's what we need to dismantle. If we dismantle it, it will work. There's no reason why we should be where we are. Today, secondary school penetration in Nigeria is 28%. China is 90%. It shouldn't be. We can do more. So we are waiting.
We are still, that's where we are. They remind us every day.
Study the anthropology of it. Where are we? No. Political power is not going to be served in a restaurant. It's not served in a la carte. It's what we are doing. It's being determined to do it. At all costs, fight for it, grab it, snatch it.
Yes, sir.
And run with it.
Yes, sir. Jagaban. Jagaban. Yes,
When the Widi Jaraban is go, they're going to bring him.
all these constitutional points of order that I have raised is simply because I watched the Arise News last night.
Is that the television or radio?
Arise Television News. And what was reported was that this hallowed chamber had suspended further consideration of the tax reform bills before the Senate. The reporter even invited the governor of Nasarawa State and pointedly told the governor that now that the Senate had withdrawn, he used the word withdrawn, this tax reform bills, which Arise News described as conundrum, suggesting that they were confusing, they were problematic. What will you say, Mr. Governor? Are you happy that these bills have been withdrawn? And the governor said, I am not just happy because the bills have been withdrawn, but I'm happy because this will now give us a chance for all of us to discuss. Sir.
Arise News.
Yes, sir.
Asked the governor of Nasarawa State.
Yes.
Whether he was happy.
Yes, sir.
That the tax reform bills
had been withdrawn
by the Senate.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, what am I trying to say here? We do not move from one TV station to another. The privilege that we have is the floor of the Senate. This is where we do our deliberations. This is where we make the law. This is where we do effective representation of our people. And if you have issues to clarify, this is also the floor that we have, rather than issuing press statements. Mr. President, we just passed our votes and proceedings. We have just passed our votes and proceedings, which is a reflection of our deliberations of the previous legislative day, being yesterday. Nowhere in our votes and proceedings was it stated that we suspended further deliberations on the tax reform bill, because we did not. And I felt it would be important to place on record that this Senate did not suspend
or withdraw.
I will address that later, sir. This Senate did not suspend and does not intend to suspend deliberations, consideration of the tax reform bills. As to withdraw, Mr. President, this is simply my response. It was a misunderstanding of legislative process for anybody to have even reported that we had withdrawn the bills. The bills were executive bills transmitted to us by the executive arm of government through the office of Mr. President. It's only the executive arm that can withdraw these bills. They are not private member bills sponsored by any senator. So no senator is going to withdraw the bill. And there is no reason for these bills to be withdrawn. In a legislative process, it is normal that some people will have concern. It is normal that people will sit around those concerns and discuss. That is why, in its wisdom, this Senate, in referring this matter to the Senate Committee on Finance, gave them as much as 6 weeks. Our instruction was that deliberate, organize, public hearing, and submit your report not later than 6 weeks. It might not be up to 6 weeks, but if they choose to be up to 6 weeks, nobody will quarrel with them. 6 weeks is long enough in a country that wants progress for a consensus to be reached, for anybody who has concern to sit down and allow such concern to be addressed in overriding public interest. And in any case, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, we are continuing with the deliberation, with the consideration of this bill. We took all I expected the media to report yesterday, which was well reported by some sections of the media, was that the Senate, at its plenary session yesterday, took a further legislative action in the consideration of the bill. And what was the further legislative action that we took? From northwest of Adamu Aleros, through the north central of Abamoros, to the southeast of Oji Uzo Kalus, we drew out people, distinguished senators, from each geopolitical zone, and we constituted them into an ad hoc committee to, on our behalf, further interface. We were clear about what we were doing. The Senate Committee on Finance is in charge of public hearing, but we set up an ad hoc committee as a further legislative action to, on our behalf, interface. Even the president of the country, called on us to please, interface with the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, which ordinarily also would have done in our public hearing. But even then, the executive requested for that. And we have set up an ad hoc committee to do that. So while the Finance Committee is working on its timeline, planning for the public hearing, we want this committee to also quickly engage. And the Deputy Senate President, yesterday in announcing this committee on your behalf, also said the ad hoc committee should treat this matter with urgency, with this power, and that the meeting should start from today. As a matter of fact, Mr. President, the meeting started yesterday. So the essence of what I am saying is that it's important that members of public are patient with us. They understand the legislative process that we have to follow. They understand our role in the Constitution. Any attempt from any quarter to intimidate the Parliament will be undemocratic, and we will not allow ourselves to be distracted. But we will encourage consensus, we will encourage discussions, engagement at all levels. But we cannot be bullied into adopting a certain procedure. As far as we are concerned, the tax reform bills are alive in this hallowed chamber. They are receiving consideration at various levels, and we are open to discussions, to negotiations, to interface. But let it not be said anywhere that we suspended further consideration of these bills. And also, it would be laughable for anybody to also think or say or report that the bills were withdrawn. Because like I said, there are executive bills that can only be withdrawn by the executive. And there's no reason to do so, because these bills we believe are in overriding public interest, and will do everything possible to ensure that across geopolitical interests, across, political parties, across every religious interest, everybody that has concern, civil society, everybody that has concern is given a chance to contribute to the passage of these laws. I thank you, Mr. President, and I conclude by saying that the tax reform bills for us are a work in progress, and we have the next 6 weeks to do this and finalize and pass it. Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm on TikTok. That's the breaking news, I think. By January 19, TikTok will be gone from the US. So you see, that's an important issue that is going on, our tax reform bill. But Afe Babalola and his gang are successfully take our attention away from that. Isn't that a well play out, a well thought out? It's not a coincidence.
What the president essentially is doing is trying to pull all the resources to the southwest, particularly Lagos. Many of the oil companies are in Niger Delta, are in the Delta region. That's where they have their operations. But their headquarters are in Lagos. They pay VAT to Lagos. Dangote is paying VAT in Lagos with his factories in the north. What has Lagos done to earn that? So Lagos is getting all of that money. And now he's saying, oh yeah, that money is ours, that money is ours. No, it isn't. Lagos is what it is today thanks to Nigeria's Commonwealth. All the infrastructures were built by Nigerian Commonwealth. The ports, the bridges, the everything. If anybody asks you, you must pay. So people need to be sensible. There is this thing they call in the old Zulu adage, Ubuntu. You are who you are because of me. It's common humanity. Northern governors met in Kaduna to talk about VAT. Oh, and they want to accrue more money. Let me say that they were not there for God and country or for the region. They were collecting there because they're not going to get more money. So this selfishness, oh, it's me, it's me, it's me, and the president is following that, it's raising antenna alarm in the north. To all that, yes, and the president has sent a bill. To the House about his tax reform. That is his right as the executive. But it is the right of our representatives, and we're watching them very closely. It is the right of our representatives to fight for us and kill that bill if it does not do well for the people they are representing. End of story. There is no argument. There is no argument. This is what democracy is. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his own cannot do things without reverting back to the House. And we have our representatives there that we will hold accountable.
So that's another hot matter that is unfolding, but that is left for the other half of the country to discuss. So Kanu, let's see what is going on in Kanu. Let's see what the emir is saying. Emir of Kanu, Muhammad Sanusi too, has sent a message of peace to his supporters, urging them to avoid taking the law into their hand following the presence of security operative at his palace on Friday. Reported earlier that there were tension in Kanu today as security operative blocked the palace of the emir, preventing him from attending a royal ceremony in Bichi local government area. Emir Sanusi II was scheduled to preside over the presentation of a staff member of office to a newly appointed district head in Bichi. However, heavily armed security personnel, including armored personnel carrier APCs, were deployed to the palace gates, effectively barraging the movement. Sanusi was scheduled to accompany the newly appointed Wamamba Kanu Muri Sanusi. Muri Sanusi to his official districts posting in Bichi. The incident come after recent development in Kanu traditional leadership. However, Sanusi, while delivering the Friday sermon as his Emirates Jumat Mo said, I warn you against the falling into the trap of the enemies of Kanu, who want to see Kanu on fire. They always want to see killing, destruction of public properties, and meaning of innocent life. The first-class traditional ruler and former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria stated that living peacefully with one another, no matter the provocation, is far better than violence. Islam admonish you to be patient at any given time, whether it is in a difficult situation or a pace. If you are attached with patience, one become great, but refusing to be patient creates uncertainty, difficulty, and at the end, everyone loses. Okay. Oh. Uncommon governor, uncommon. Mark. Ah. Uh, if you are watching, please like, share, subscribe. That's what you can do. Is needed. You said you need that. Let it be your bragging right that you have shared, like, and subscribe. That you've done 3 at once. Challenge yourself that you are going to do the 3 at once. You are going to like, share, and subscribe. Break record. Challenge yourself. Huh? Said I can do it. And go ahead and do it.
Oh, I know. You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What you are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
Just like they have helped to promote your book, even though that is not their intention. Right. That's a brilliant one. Let's see the headlines once again. No, no, guys, why Muslim? God, these people, they're funny. They just pretend as if there's nothing they happen. Why Muslim North should not reject tax reform bill? Anonuga. I don't understand. The Muslim North, where they live? They live outside the country. The special advisor on information and strategic to President Bola Tinubu, Bayo Anonuga, has said there was no need for the Muslim North to reject the tax bill reform. Said there was no section of the bill that proposed tax family inheritance, which is against. I tell you that I did threaten the include that. What the fuck? In a post on it, if, for example, the question about if the bill is antithetical to Islamic injections have come across various write-ups by highly respected intellectuals and academics in northern Nigeria, erroneously refusing to a section of the bill, given that given that notion that the bill those respectable scholars are making specific reference to Chapter 2 and Chapter 1, Section 4, Subsection 3 of the Nigerian National Tax Bill titled Income, Profits, or Gain Chargeable to Tax. This section stated, and I quote, incoming of a family, regardless of recognized under any law or custom in Nigeria by family incomes in which several interests of individuals members of the family cannot be separated separately defined. The section is clearly referring in error because the section is not speaking about inheritance but about income, he said. And then stated that the entire bill, there is no proposal to temper or deduct tax from inheritance, which is formidable in Islamic. Yeah, na so there, you know where you just go touch, we go draw, we go put them on check small. They know themselves. Nobody see that one coming. So they tell that that law not apply to Muslims out. Onoruga. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's if you read the bill, plenty gray lines. Now, normal now. I mean, none of them read that. All of them just run their mouth too. Is they know why they do like that now. Na carrot and stick. They will mix everything they will mix inside. There's a reason why it take them that long to put it together, almost a year or if not more. It need to be review. Oh, now be there they will receive review. I just they are buying time. Yeah, from given to private firm, if now we already do that. Oh, you took your time. Nobody you had a talk. The all those members for House of red chambers and blue chambers. How many of them read them? Most of them were given to their staffers to analyze and break it down to a page or two. They'll give it to their staffers to summarize them. Thanks to AI these days, they just summarize into like 1 or 2 pages. Now we see they will run with that. Or those pages are already been provided. The summary they just give them for them to glance through. But at the end of the day, waiting you will take time, days, hour. You will know they on a different page, but a platform will be given to them to come and defend their for their findings. And they speak from that perspective. It's a racket, huh? So they don't agree. If you want to give private men, they maybe see their own company, then get the key, unless you don't go outside. I mean, all these things are, they know what they do. Exactly what they do. Yeah, and they deceive themselves. So, I'm buying time, you know. Rah, 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 rah. In conclusion, motherland is doomed currently, in my opinion. Oh. Una no go arrest. Okay, oh, they will come for you. By the time you are lucky that Tinubu no be Obasanjo. I mean, the same thing Obasanjo do Abdul when Abdul Karim say Nigeria na jaga jaga. Oh, okay, Nigeria, man. Nigeria na cruise. Obasanjo descend on Abdul Karim. Up to today, Abdul Karim never remained the same again. So which one was? Which one was? The one that these people are doing? Or Obasanjo style? Obasanjo na sledgehammer straight up. But all Abdul Karim do na to just fix it Nigeria jaga jaga. Everywhere scatter. Now the same thing now. Nice as we speak, so everywhere na scatter, scatter, na jaga jaga. It's not nothing has changed. The guy was spot on. Now so Obasanjo Joseph descend on the guy. Oh, well, Nigeria jaga jaga. Everywhere scatter, scatter. Boza boza. Shutting out the air. Oh. Now when worry dey scatter be that. I was the process of stabilizing the worry, the Port Harcourt. When be that period when businesses still move to Lagos as we don't have it. I was when those ah man, yeah. It's just that why this one they kind of somehow be say now unexpected quarters. You understand? Now all this is they come out. So it's interesting to see how it will play out.
You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Well verified. We need more transparency. And when you talk about transparency in terms of figures, you show it, you elucidate it. Figures are not 1 + 1 is 2. It's not something you say it's just 2 because of. Tell us how we arrived at it and we'll believe. And when we talk about subsidy, I've continuously said, if we are removing subsidy, what are we replacing it with? Where are we applying that subsidy we removed to? So if you say to me, I've removed subsidy, I'm going to use it to build this number of classrooms, to be able to pull out of school children into school, so we can verify and follow and track those schools. We have issue in health, primary health care, especially issue of infant mortality. Removal of resource subsidy will enable us to build this number of primary health cares in different, so that we can measure it. So you don't remove something without saying what is replaced and where are we moving our money to. Or it's helping us to manage our debts. This is it. But here we have fuel subsidy removed, the debt is increasing, and we're not seeing anything. We have to continue our journey on democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, and by the people. However, we need to tweak it where we have some level of parliamentary system in it, like it's in South Africa. So we need to deal with issue of more scrutiny in our expenditure, in our borrowing, in efforts to be able to ensure that our scarce resources is prioritized to areas of urgent need for development, from security, food, all those areas, education. I'm not preoccupied about 2027 election. I'm preoccupied by Nigerians eating today and having a better life. I've said it before, my politics is not about the election. I am not desperate to be president, and I don't want to. What I want to hear is that fuel prices are coming down, bread is getting cheaper, Nigerians are not. You cannot be talking about 38 million Nigerians facing hunger, and I'm talking about next election. Let's talk about hunger. Let's talk about managing our resources today. Let's talk about doing the right thing, the right behavior, showing example to the younger ones, growing up that we're leaders. I've said that everybody, they have right to protest. I've said it before. I would discuss with every protester. They even won government months before they did that. I would sit down and discuss with them. People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Well verified. I was talking with them. I didn't come down. I have never, as a politician, as a governor, for one day, go and ask any policeman, say, please, stop somebody. Talk less of arresting the person. It shouldn't be. In a democracy, people have right to say no. I've said it every day. If I'm managing this facility and everybody loves me, I will resign. This is me. Wherever I am, I believe that I have enemies. My job is to convince them. If everybody loves Peter, there's a problem. There's people who hate me because I'm just Peter. They don't even need to give me any reason. It is my job to convince them on why it should be. I convince the teachers why we should return schools to missionaries, and they've seen the result. I convince them why we should go to the missionary facilities, the Ministry of Health, and build school of nursing and midwifery. You just have to. It's a constant thing. That's why you're a leader. You're a communicator. You listen. You talk to the people. It's not a question of what the young ones. I'll meet them. The agitators, the protesters. I will be talking to them.